Hello everybody, it's Miss Maddie here. I am going over a couple of the problems from the week 5 assignment, part B. You guys will have this on Alex. However, I wanted to do a couple examples by hand for you just to show you what my expectations are for your work on these types of problems, because when it comes to the week 5 quiz, I'm going to need to see your work shown out this way. A few things I want to go over first is when we're doing the order of operations, so all of these problems are simplifying expressions using the order of operations. If you can recall, our first step in the order of operations is parentheses. Next, we'll work through our exponents. And then, so you might have heard from the videos, they said, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally, or PEMDAS. We have parentheses. We'll get rid of all of our exponents or simplify those. And then next, we'll multiply or divide. However, the multiplication or division, it doesn't matter which comes first. It's just whichever's first from left to right. So I always put the word or and underline it because that's important. It's not multiply and then divide. It's multiply or divide, whichever comes first, left to right. And the same thing with addition or subtraction. From left to right. So if we look at our first question here, we have 58 minus 4 times 5. Number 1, sorry. 58 minus 4 times 5. Are there any parentheses? No. Any exponents? No. Multiplication or division? I see multiplication, so I'm going to underline that. I like to work through and underline whichever step I'm working on and simplify that. Sometimes I see people draw little branches and they would say this is 20. The underlying just doesn't get confusing to me because sometimes those branches can look like ones. But 4 times 5 is 20, and then we'll bring everything else down. So I have 58 minus 20. 58 take away 20 is 38. That's my final answer. Okay, moving on to problem number 2. I'm going to take a second and erase this. Problem number 2 says 2 times 6 divided by 4 plus 7, and we're going to evaluate the following. Evaluate is the same as simplify, okay? And on these, we're using the order of operations to do that. Again, on this problem, I don't see any parentheses or exponents, so I'm going to move on to multiplication or division, and I'm just looking at this problem from left to right. Here specifically, I see multiplication and division, but what I see first is this multiplication of 2 times 6. So 2 times 6 is 12. Those go away, and I just copy everything else down. Again, I haven't gotten rid of all of my multiplication or division, so I still stay on that step. Next, I have 12 plus 20 divided by 4 plus 7. I see division here. Underline that. So 20 divided by 4 is 5. 12 plus 5 plus 7. And then next I only see addition, so I'm just going to add from left to right. That gives us 17 plus 7, and 17 plus 7 is 24. So that is our final answer for number 2. And again, just showing you how to show the work, and I like to underline each step. Question 3 gets a little bit more complicated here, so we're adding in parentheses now. One note I want to make about, or just a comment I want to make about parentheses, is that when we have them, so this is number 3, when we have a set of parentheses inside a parentheses like we see with this problem, it is essential that we work on the innermost set of parentheses first. So, like I said before, we're still working through the order of operations: parentheses, exponents, multiplier, divide, add, or subtract. We want to eliminate them in that order, or simplify, evaluate them in that order. And the first thing I see here is parentheses, but I have two sets. I have the brackets, the bigger ones that are squared on the outside, and then I have on the inside 16 minus 8 that are our normal parentheses. On these, again, we want to go to the innermost parentheses, so we're going to do our 16 minus 8 first. Inside our parentheses, we treat them like their own order of operations problem again. So 16 minus 8 becomes 8. So I'm going to copy everything else down, and so now I have 8 times, I'm going to keep my bracket, 2 plus 16, take away 8 is 8. We can drop those parentheses. I still have this divided by 2 on the outside, and then we'll close the bracket. Like I said before, we treat each set of parentheses like an order of operations problem. So I have these parentheses or brackets in this case here, same thing, grouping symbols. And I'm going to go to the inside of that. Inside I have 2 plus 8 divided by 2. Well, according to our order of operations, just because 2 plus 8 comes first, according to the order of operations, I need to do 8 divided by 2 first. 8 divided by 2 is 4. And then we'll keep everything else. I still haven't fully gotten rid of my parentheses or brackets, so I'm working on the inside of those. 2 plus 4 is 6 times 8, and then we'll just finish it up. 8 times 6 is 48, okay? Work through each step. You have to check it off like a checklist and make sure you've eliminated all of them. So each time we had to keep restarting until the 4th step because we had not fully gotten rid of our parentheses or our brackets or our grouping symbols. So next up is problem number 4, and it looks like we have 2 plus 7 times 3 to the 2nd power. This is number 4, 2 plus 7 times 3 to the 2nd power. Now, this one I don't see any parentheses, but I see exponents, so I'm going to go right away and simplify that. Remember, an exponent is a number times itself. It's the base times itself, however many times the power is. So 3 times itself 2 times is 3 times 3, and we can simplify that down to 9. And then next, we start all over. So we're back to the top, no parentheses. We've eliminated our exponents. Now it's multiplication or division in this case. I do see multiplication, so I'm going to underline that, and I have 7 times 9. That becomes 63 plus 2. 2 plus 63, we'll just add that up, and that is 65 for a final answer on problem number 4. I'm going to stop here. Problems 5 and 6 are very similar. But like I said earlier, this is the amount of work. I need to see each line worked out, and I need to see it line by line vertically. Think of at the end, you want your problem to almost make a, it comes to a V, a column here, okay? That is all I have. Thank you.